there, Taurus. How are you? It's me, Anna from the Inner Stereo, and I'm back again doing your November 2018 readings. And as usual, this is going to be your relationship spread, meaning that you could always apply this with anyone in your life. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, exes, crushes, fiance, family members, anyone. I'm basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general, all right? And don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because I tend to realize that with my readings, I resonate much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign. So, oh yeah, by the way, I'm planning to do something like a little bit differently this month. So if you're single but you're dating like people, you probably would want to check my all sign reading that I'm going to be uploading after I'm done with my general reading. So it's going to be probably Monday or Sunday. And then if you're like extra single, you probably want to check the pick a card. So let's talk about your challenges, for your energy for the now. You have the Six of Cups in reverse, you have the Ace of Swords, and you also have the Fool card. The Fool card is beautiful because it's the card of starting over. The Fool card is beautiful because it's like about you kind of like wanting to spread out of your comfort zone, if that makes sense. Something that's been like, if it were to happen like 3 months back or like a year ago, you'd be like, nah, I'm not doing it. But since it's happening in the now, you guys are kind of like feeling like much more courageous in doing so. You know what I mean? You have the Ace of Swords in here, so you have the idea inside of your head about what is it that you want to do, what do you want to make do about this relationship. The Six of Cups in reverse could be quite of a challenge for you because you still kind of like hang on to the bad memories of the past, although you felt like this relationship was divine, like a connection that you cannot run away from, like both of you cannot run away from, but it still bothers you about the bad memories of the past, but you're willing to be courageous enough for it. What's challenging you have the Strength card here, you have the Ace of Wands, and you also have the Justice card. I talk too much. My throat is, with the Ace of Wands, we're talking about the lack of fire. And I'm not talking about like the fire eruptions and stuff like that, but it's kind of like a lack of someone who begins something. Someone who extends offers and then someone who accepts it like in a wholeheartedly, if that makes sense. But the Justice card in here, you kind of like be feeling that things has not been standing on an even keel. And if I were to do certain things, is it fair for me? So you're also kind of like trying to weigh the pros and cons before you do certain things. Be careful though, because with the Justice card sometimes tells me about somebody who try to instill justice by themselves. So be careful about that. And you also have the Strength card, so somebody is not be able to contain their anger or contain their temper a little bit more. Somebody who, to some Taurus out there, is somebody who, because they're angry, they're trying to instill like a little bit of a justice towards you. And this is why you probably see the ugly side of them in here. And you want to start over. Too few Taurus out there. But be careful about somebody who try to instill justice upon you though. Because justice means like differently. What is hurtful for me could not be hurtful for you. And with someone who try to instill justice, sometimes they feel like, they want to cause you pain like 10 times more than you cause them. So just be careful about that. In the past, this person was really, really hot over you. You know what I mean? With the King of Wands in here. But it's going to be tough if you're a male. You know what I mean? Because this woman has a very, very masculine energy attached to them. King of Wands is very, very sure about what they want. They're very, very confident, but they have like a little bit of a bossy attitude attached to it. As you can see, there are like 2 workers behind him. There are like 2 workers behind him here trying to work. So he kind of like is a little bit bossy. And this person is kind of like looking for a loyal companion on them. But they're very, very hot upon you. Like they're very, very certain that they want you. But they might come off like a little bit arrogant, too confident, and stuff like that. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Pentacles. I'm going to pull 2 cards before I even comment on things. Yep. And you'll take it well. Why? Because you're a masculine energy, and this person is also a masculine energy. You know what I mean? Especially they come up as someone who is very, very bossy and try to tell you things about you. They think like they have much more knowledge and much more experience about things, and they try to get it to you, and you're like, no, I'm not having it. Like, you can't boss me around like that. And here they were with the Five of Pentacles, and here being kind of like a little bit disappointed with you. And they feel like, you know what, like I don't feel like I want to fight for it. I'm just going to wait for the storm to pass. So there's like a little bit of a clash of energy here going on in the past, Taurus. And you also have the Prince of Cups, Princess of Cups, Prince of Chalices. But you are very, very Neptunian. So if you're dealing with one person, like, it's like the mood swing is apparent. You know what I mean? Like one day you felt like, oh, God damn it, this person is so bossy. Like, I don't want to be bossed around like this. And one minute you guys are only in your feels. They hit you in your feels, and you started to create like an image of them. You started to create like a very, very fantasy of them and stuff like that. It's actually very, very normal for people who are being emotionally vulnerable and available, you know what I mean? So yeah, you kind of like felt that you were much more emotionally open than they are. If you're dealing with two people, you're dealing with someone here who's kind of like is a little bit bossy, and as I said, but you're not having it. Whereas the person that you felt very, very much emotionally open and available and attached to is giving you kind of like a little bit of a false promise or false offer. You felt like this person does not value you as much as you value them. And then you chose to be the Five of Pentacles instead. Return back to your shells, waiting for the rain to pass, not doing anything about it. Your willpower is not there. I feel like in the past you guys were much more feeling it for the person B who you felt emotionally connected to, but somehow you felt like they don't value this relationship as much as they did, and they were extending something that they cannot deliver. They don't bring you the stabilities that you needed. If you think that what you did in the past towards the person A, I feel like you kind of like you kind of like regretting it, the way how harsh you were in the past, you know what I mean? Like you were kind of like quite harsh and you kind of like regretted with them. But I feel like this person is someone who kind of like get back quickly. They recover from your lashing out or your very, very airy attitude, like attacking attitude towards them in the past very, very quickly. And they come with the Knight of Wands here. When you think that it's kind of like is a little bit like, oh shit, I've done damage. But they're all right. They're all right. They're coming off, if you're dealing with one person, they're coming off even more sure than they were in the past. Like in the past, they were just kind of like feeding you stuff, but they were not really, really sure. Like they like you. They were certain that they want you, but they kind of like, you know, give you something that they could not really, really deliver. It doesn't give you like the stabilities, but right now they're much more sure than they were in the past. And they're much more playful, but at the same time, they want to be the center of your universe. See, here's the thing. The clash of energy is very apparent. In the past, both of you were very, very masculine. And then now, both of you are very, very feminine. You know what I mean? I feel like you need to have a talk to them about who is playing which role, because I feel like it's always like the attraction is really strong, but the energy is always clashing. All right? The emotional intensity is also strong. So whoever it is that you felt like it's unrepairable and, you know, you can't do nothing about it, they're still very, very much interested in you. But they have the energy of coming and going as they please, but deep down inside, they have this wants to build something with you, but that's just how they are. They need like a lot of space to roam, to walk around, and then have a home to come home to. And you feel the Queen of Wands here. So if you're dealing with only one person, you kind of like want to make up about the thing that you lashed out to them about, and then you're much more confident about it. But it's like a very, very conflicting energy because it's both of you are feminine here. If you want them to kind of like call the shots, you cannot expect a Knight of Wands to call the shots. The Knight of Wands, okay, you have a problem, I'm going to come to you, okay? I'm done with you, so I'm going to help somebody else with problems, or I'm going to be doing this and that, this and that. Like, you can't accept a Knight of Wands to call the shots for you. So when they're feminine, you need to be the masculine energy. Lima kartu masa depan. It's beautiful, Taurus. Oh, I haven't told you the scenario if it's two people, isn't it? Yeah, wait. One more card. Okay. So, right, so if you're dealing with two people, person A, who you lashed out to, who you felt is kind of like what, a little bit bossy, they're going to kind of like come around, although you felt like it's unrepairable, and it's going to make you a sense of you having like that groundfulness again. It makes you feel like, yes, finally, the missing piece of me is kind of like returning to my life. And then you have person B, who tried so hard to be the center of your universe, and who you felt that this person is very, very beautiful. This person has a very Venusian quality in them. And it kind of is somebody who makes you very, very confident with yourself, if that makes sense. But I don't feel like this person, person B, who makes you very, very confident, is going to be the one who you chose to have a commitment with. Because in the future, you're going to be non-committal, and this person is seeing it, you know what I mean? This person wants to have the emperor, but I don't feel like you guys wants to be an emperor in the now. You want to kind of like indulge in this feminine energy for the now. Especially with the presence of someone who, from your past, who you lashed out to, like you come kind of like completely, and you thought it was unrepairable. You chose to focus on them instead, rather than this new person that's coming in your way. And this person will see it, and nothing, like nobody is going to get hurt. This person is just going to kind of like slowly escape from you, because if it's non-committal things that you are up to, this person will not want to. With the person A, the person who you felt very, very much attached to, this person will have what they want, and you will be emotionally intense again with them. But I feel like this time you're going to take your time a little bit slowly. Like you don't want to just jump into things. You don't want to be all emotionally invested in them again. Instead, you want to take things like a little bit lighthearted and carefree. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's something that is suitable for this person. You know, with that Knight of Wands attitude, they're not really in the mood, or they're not really in their phase where they can be that committed to you, you know what I mean? To be heavy committed to you. They're not in that phase yet. Especially since they blown up that was happening in the past. I think you guys should take it slow. So it's doing really, really great. Money-wise, it's also going to do really, really great for you in November with the Nine of Pentacles in here. It's actually looking really, really good. If you're only dealing with one person, though, I feel like, yeah, it's the same. Like you're going to be like a little bit lightheartedly. You're going to be very, very careful about the promises that you utter to them, because you know that you want to take things slow. Like you want to protect like your feelings like a little bit. Like you want to see what this person is up to. Is this person is going to do this, to do that? So it's a good one for you. And it's something that this person is going to appreciate, because they want something that is lighthearted and carefree for the now, because they're not ready yet, because they have so many areas in their life that they need to take care of. And yep, it's good. All right. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed my reading, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks from now. Bye-bye.